Our next cold front is right around the corner, bringing cooler temperatures just in time for the upcoming weekend. Our drought monitor has been updated as well, showing conditions continuing to deteriorate across the ArkLaTex. But the good news, rain is on the way as we head into next week. Of course, going to dive right into it with you here with your full first alert forecast. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Jake Lambright. Latest forecast always streaming KSLA.com. You can also find us on our KSLA social media platforms, and you can follow me at Jake Lambright no matter where you get your weather. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. We are there and we are covering it. All right, we have got a lot to dive into today. I want to start with our next cold front that is on the way here in the days to come. We'll start off with that. Again, high temperatures going from near 80 degrees on Friday to the low 70s on Saturday, even upper 60s on some spots. Can you believe it? We're going from the one extreme as far as feeling like summer in the first couple days of spring to actually feeling like spring. Hard to believe there, but of course, all good things have to come to an end. We'll talk more about that here in just a second. So far, as of when I'm recording this, these high temperatures for Thursday may not be official, so make sure to check with your local weather service office for your official high temperature. But what I have so far, 83 in Shreveport, far away from tying that record. Thankfully, some cloud cover that stuck around for a little too long kept us cooler. No complaints here. Out toward Lubbock and Amarillo, that's where temperatures were really warm this afternoon. Amarillo having a high of 99 degrees, and it's March 26th. Again, hard to believe there. 91 in Oklahoma City, 87 in Dallas, 88 in San Antonio. This weekend, though, and I'm going to take myself off the screen here so you can see that a little bit better. Look at that. Saturday, 68. Sunday, 81. Like I said, that cold front is going to be very, very brief for us here in the ArkLaTex. This is the Shreveport, or the forecast for the Shreveport-Bossier area, and also the Texarkana area. So that cold front not sticking with us long. But the drought monitor, we just got an update on this today, and as promised, want to give you the first alert to the latest updates on this. Now, you'll notice here to my right, look near Natchitoches, where we've got now a patch of extreme level drought conditions at level 3 out of 4 on the drought monitor scale. That's really the only area that's changed for us locally over the past week. Let me get myself out of the way so you can see last week's update versus this week's. And you'll see that area I was talking about. There is a patch of extreme level drought there in the red, or level 3 out of 4, but it's mainly in Red River Parish. In this week's update, it's expanded out to include Natchitoches Parish, really the northern half of Natchitoches Parish, also including Natchitoches proper. We'll go back to the full drought monitor real quick and kind of zoom out just in case you're watching from a little bit beyond the ArkLaTex. The Dallas area dealing with dry or pre-drought conditions and that brighter yellow, but really zooming out, much of Texas dealing with drought. In fact, even parts of South Texas out toward the Rio Grande Valley dealing with exceptional drought. That's a level 4 out of 4 on the drought monitor scale. And that dark red, again, that's that really high level drought conditions. Even as you head out toward parts of Florida, out just west of Jacksonville, near the Panhandle, southern Georgia as well, dealing with those extreme or exceptional drought conditions as well. Again, a good part of the United States dealing with drought, as we have been without rain for quite some time. Just the pattern hasn't been super active. Again, there's kind of a look at your continental United States view of the drought monitor. All right, let's skip ahead because we're dealing with drought. When is the rain coming? Well, it's coming soon. We're about to close out the month of March, start the month of April, and that's when our pattern changes and things start to be a lot more active for us across a good portion of the United States. In fact, you'll see there the 4-state region looking at the chance for an above average amount of precipitation April 1st through the 7th. And again, kind of zooming things out for you once again, taking a look at really the continental United States, you'll see much of the United States highlighted in the chance to see an above average amount of precipitation. You might be wondering what this kind of gray is. That means an equal chance of slightly above or slightly below average amounts of rain. But really, check this out. As we head over to the east coast of the United States, this is the one part of the country that's expected to see a below average amount of precipitation during that 8 to 14 day window. Something, of course, we'll be keeping an eye on closely. Again, for those of us in the 4-state area, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and the ArkLaTex specifically, again, we're looking at that chance of an above average amount of precipitation, which we so desperately need. Rain chances finally coming into view. I'll honestly keep myself covering part of that rain outlook there. It's really not until Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week where rain chances really start to rise across much of the area. When it comes to your rainfall forecast over the next 7 days, this is going to take you now through about midday next Thursday, give or take. You'll notice totals are not impressive. This is when rainfall totals are just getting started for us in the ArkLaTex area. The light light green indicating about 1/100 of an inch of rain. The darker you go, the higher the rainfall totals get. So this shading about to point out here, this is about 1/10 of an inch of rain, 1/4 of an inch, and then closer to 3/4 of an inch to get just beyond our ArkLaTex viewing area. Now, let me go and zoom things out just a little bit more. Dallas looking at maybe 1/4 of an inch of rain. Out toward the Baton Rouge area, just east of Lafayette, we could see 3/4 of an inch of rain to an inch of rain. And let's take you way up here where actually there's some stronger storms going on as I'm recording this on Thursday evening. Look at those rainfall totals out towards Cincinnati, out towards Chicago. They're looking at maybe 3 to 5 inches of rain. Again, they really need that rain too. But again, that severe weather event going on right now, by the time this probably reaches most of you, that event will have wrapped up. So again, watching that rainfall potential over the next 7 days. We'll go ahead and get a look here at your First Alert 7-day forecast. And again, your Friday forecast looking good. Highs in the low to mid 80s in the Shreveport, Bossier, Texarkana, Tyler area. We're in the upper 60s, low 70s for your highs on Saturday, low 80s on Sunday. So that warming trend, of course, starting back up very, very soon. Highs back to the mid and upper 80s by the start of next week. You'll see that rain starting to cool us down by Thursday. Highs there in the lower 80s. I know personally, I've seen a lot of stuff floating around about the potential for some stronger storms. There are some signals there, but a lot of inconsistency between all of the data that we have to look at. So it's spring. We're in our primary severe weather season. We're bound to see stronger storms again at some point. There's just not a lot of concrete data really locking that in for us. Of course, I'm watching this closely. When I start to see consistency, I'll let you know the facts, without hyping it up, what we're looking to see and what we may not see out across the ArkLaTex. But again, for now, watching some signals, we're still looking at least a week out. And until there's some greater consistency, there's not much to talk about in the severe weather department. All right, I will leave you with a look at your First Alert 7-day forecast. Again, you can always find the latest forecast streaming, ksla.com, and you can find updates from me on the weather on all platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, at Jake Lambright. Thank you so much for joining me today, and of course, we'll talk more weather coming soon.